Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are covering Heian Sandan, which is the third of the Heian katas from the Shotokan system. This is an interesting kata, right? It's a bit of a departure from Heian Shodan, Heian Nidan. You do lose the eye pattern kata aspect of those two previous katas. You go into sort of an upside down T, capital T. So it is a little bit different. Some of the moves in it are a little bit different, but it's an interesting kata, right? It's an interesting kata nonetheless. And when you get into it, some of the bunkai in this kata is actually quite cool, right? It doesn't look like much when you see it. It looks kind of weird, to be honest with you, when you see it. But it's actually a pretty cool kata, and whatever dojo you're at, whether it's mine or somebody else's, hopefully they're showing you some of the bunkai application for this, because like I say, it is pretty neat stuff, right? It is pretty neat stuff. Okay. So, in this kata, you have kiba dachis, you have kokutsu dachis. Yeah, there you go. And a couple of zenkutsu dachi or two, all right? So you've got a couple of different moves in here, but you know what? Horse stances, quite a few horse stances actually in this kata, and then a few kiba dachis as well. So, one of the opening moves, this is like move number 2, move number 4 is a kosauki, or a switch block, okay? So when you're doing the switch block, generally speaking, if you were doing it in kihon and basics, line basics up and down, you'd probably just do sort of one motion with it. In the kata, you do a double block. Okay, so when you step up, when you do that first block, you step up, bang, bang, okay? And that's what a switch block looks like, okay? So generally, it would just be one, but in the kata, you do a double up. So I'm going to show you from this angle, though, okay? Because one of the big things that people do with this, the big mistake they make with this, is they tend to hug their arms in, all right? They keep their arms really, really tight, or push this arm all the way back, okay? So the idea is that when you're doing this, pop, pop. Look where my arms are, okay? They're out in front. This is like a low block. All right, so if I was in a zenkutsu dachi right now, that would be more or less a low block. This is like a chudanuki, an inside middle area block. Okay, so you want your arms out in front here. I don't want my arms tucked in tight to my body. Right? You generally don't want that with any block. I want you to think about that for a second, just logically. If you're trying to block something, someone's trying to grab you, push you, punch you, hit you, do something like that, if I'm blocking this tight to my body, I've already been hit, okay, or grabbed, okay? So you want to block a little bit further out. You want to block, within reason, maximum extension if you can. Okay, so again, when you're doing this, the hand that comes up is on the outside. There's some variation on that, but we teach it on the outside. Hand that's coming up is on the outside, okay? And again, you want your arms out in front, just like that. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get into Heian Sandan. As usual, I'm going to do it facing you guys. I'm going to do it facing the back, right? And then I'm going to show you the side angle of the second half of this kata, okay? A little bit tricky. Hopefully my old knees will hold up for you, right? But that's a little bit tricky, okay? So I'm going to show you the side angle of that, and then I'll do it for you at full intensity. All right? Thanks for watching. Here's Heian Sandan. Okay guys, here we go. So we're going to start off going into Heian Sandan. Again, just like Heian Nidan, the very first move is stepping out with the left foot, doing a kokutsu dachi, a back stance. I cannot stress to you enough, when you're doing this opening move in this opening stance, that you be in a good back stance, okay? It's the first thing anybody front facing you sees. Somebody who's maybe, if you're at a grading or you're testing for your next belt, or you're at a tournament or something along those lines, it's the very first thing they see. Weight distribution in your back stance, we say 60-40, some places say 70-30, you know what, split the hairs, say 65-35, you know what, but when you're stepping out, you don't want to be stepping out into something that looks like this, because this is not correct, okay? You need to train this out of you, okay? Sometimes we find ourselves getting into habits like this, so we've got to get out of that habit and make new habits, okay? So very, very important, very first thing the judge sees, the instructor sees, is that stance, this stance. So we want to make it a good one, we want to make an impression, okay? So from here, we're in our yoi position, our ready position. I look, my left foot steps out, and I do an inside middle area block, a chudanuki, while I step out into my kokutsu dachi. So from here, I look, bang, there we go, okay? Stepping out, fist, shoulder height, okay? 1 fist length away from your rib cage. It's not out here, it's not down here. There we go, all right? I step up, heels come together, toes are apart. So I step up, my right hand comes up on the outside. And then my left hand comes up on the outside, okay? Look at the positioning of my arms again. Again, not tucked, out in front, okay? So we're gonna do that again. I'm gonna do these 2 moves again. Remember, I mirror image to you. My left is your right, okay? So just make sure that you're moving to your left when we do this, okay? So from here, right, I look, left hand comes underneath, I step out, kokutsu dachi, shuto uki. I step up, heels together, toes apart. Right hand comes up. Left hand comes up, again on the outside. This hand, your right hand's got to be down because when I step into my back stance going this direction, showing symmetry, my right hand comes underneath, I do my proper cover. There's my kokutsu dachi on this side, there's my Shodan uki on this side. I step up, heels together, left hand up, right hand up. Remember, left hand on the outside, right hand on the outside. Okay? Now from here, this is where it starts to get interesting. So, left foot steps out into my kokutsu dachi, back stance, doing an augmented block, a morote uki. From here I step, bang, okay? There's my morote uki. I step forward, nukete uchi. I press down, forward leaning stance, then kutsu dachi, nukete uchi. All right, right down the middle. Press, bang, stepping forward. From here, I'm going to do this slow. This is actually meant to be done really quickly, this sequence of moves, but we're going to break it down into its stages and do it slow, and then you'll get a sense of what it looks like when I do it fast, okay? From here, my left foot comes up to my right foot. So my left foot, my back foot comes up, set, palm down, hand goes behind the back. So my hand is touching my belt and my back. And then from here, I'm going to continue to spin. So my left foot came in, my left foot continues to step around into my kiba dachi as I do a Tatsuyuchi, hammer fist strike. My other hand comes out from the back and comes into chamber. All too often people leave their hand back there. They kind of forget about it. Or it ends up looking like this, like they're a little teapot, short and stout. Okay? Sorry, I was just checking myself out in the mirror there. So, here. And then from here, I step forward leaning stance, then kutsu dachi, aya, ki. Okay? So, I'm going to do the first half of this kata again for you. Okay? So, we're here. I look, Shodan uki, kokutsu dachi. Right foot steps up, heels together, toes apart. Heels together, right hand comes up, left hand comes up. I look over my right shoulders, my right foot steps out, I cover, snap my block out as I finish my turn, the rotation of my body. I step up, heels together, left hand up, right hand up again, hand comes up as on the outside. Step out, kokutsu dachi, morote uki, fist on your elbow, okay? Watch your back stance, toes pointing. Stepping forward, nukete. All right? From here, set, turn, hammer fist, palm is down. It's not a back fist, it's a hammer fist. Chamber hand is in chamber. And then step forward, aya. Okay, so I'm just going to shuffle over here a little bit. So, here's where it gets interesting. All right? My left foot does the work. I'm going to turn to face the back wall, and I'm going to do that by bringing my feet together. So my left foot steps in and comes up, comes in behind and up to my right foot. I look over my left shoulder, I squat down a little bit, heels together, and I bring my hands to my hips like a superhero. All right, heels are together, toes are apart. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right knee, I'm going to drive my right knee up like I'm doing a hizagari, okay? So from here, I come up, down into kiba dachi, right? Parry my elbow in, back fist, okay? Same thing with this leg, right? Make sure you come up the line, okay? So come up a straight line. Do not be coming around like this. That is not what we are doing here, guys. So from here, we come straight up like we're getting ready to throw a front kick, and we stomp our foot down. Parry in, back fist. One more time. Come up, down. I snap my hip around into my kiba dachi. Parry, back fist. I'm just going to shuffle back a little bit. Okay? So I've done the parry and the back fist on the third one. And then from here, I stay in this stance for the moment. Right hand comes underneath and scans out. Okay, here we go, a little bit of fancy footwork, okay? You'll see some people do this, some styles do this, some styles don't. We happen to, right? From here, my right foot steps back behind, like I'm going into a really wide Zenkutsu dachi. I step back, and then from here, my left foot steps straight through, and I punch and I ki. Okay, back leg, right leg steps up, side by side, right? A little bit of a gap, but side by side. Step around behind, horse stance, over the shoulder with a punch. Actually a throw, right, or choke, right? And then from here, and over to the other side as you shuffle across. And then you come back up to your yoi position, okay? And that is Heian Sandan, forward facing. So what I'm gonna do now for you guys is I'm actually gonna turn around, I'm going to turn my back to you guys, and I'm going to show you the rear view of Heian Sandan, and then I'm going to show you the last sort of leg of that kata, because that's the tricky part, okay? That's definitely the tricky part, and yeah, you'll get a very different vantage point looking at it sideways. But here we go, we're going to show the rear angle of this. Okay guys, so here we go, rear view of the kata Heian Sandan, okay? So now we're on par with each other, my left is your left, okay? So here we go, we're in our yoi position, our ready position. I look over my left shoulder, my left foot steps out, and I do my inside middle area block, my Shodan uki block. Shodan uki, all right? Right foot steps up, heels together, right hand comes up, left hand comes up. I look over my right shoulder, my right hand goes across underneath my body as my other hand goes out straight. Cover and around, Shodan uki, right? In a kokutsu dachi, step up, left hand, right hand, okay? Very important. Again, arms are out in front. They're not tucked in behind, please. Ready? I look, my left foot steps out into my kokutsu dachi and I do my morote uki, my augmented block. Back stance, augmented block. And then from here, step forward, Zenkutsu dachi, nukete. So again, my back foot, my left foot steps up to my right foot. Set, turn, hammer fist, not a back fist. Hammer fist, chamber hand, very important. Pull it into chamber. Don't leave it back there. Don't lose track of it. And then from here, step forward, aya. All right, I'm just going to shuffle back a bit. All right, from here, I look over my left shoulder. Left leg does all the work here. Okay, my left leg, my back leg does all the work. I look, I step, and then I come up, okay? Nice and easy. So I'm standing, again, like I tell the kids, you're standing like a superhero, all right? The superhero pose. So I'm just gonna move over just a little bit so you can get a better view. So from here, right leg drives up. I drive the knee up. Don't extend the foot out, just lift the knee, okay? So I come up and down. Stomp, parry, back fist. Do the same thing with the other leg. Again, straight line up. Don't circle, don't arc it around. I look, come up, down, parry, back fist. I'm going to shuffle back like MC Hammer. And then one more time. Up, down. Okay? Parry, back fist. All right. I'm going to move back one more time, guys. From here, right? I've done the parry. I've done the back fist. Right hand comes underneath. Scan. And then from here, I step behind me with my right foot and step straight through. My foot's on the line here. Step straight through. Aya. And then from here, I step up, feet apart, but side by side, over the shoulder, hook punch, as I shuffle over. And then I come back to my yoi position. There you go, rear view of Heian Sandan, okay? So now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you from the side view, okay? I'm gonna show you the side view, all right? It's gonna help with those horse stances coming back, I think, okay? So, from here, I've done my hammer fist. Let me do this way. I've done my spear finger. I come up, I've come around, and I've stepped forward, and I've punched. Ki point. Step in. Okay, now from here, right leg comes up. Come up, down, parry, back fist. Try not to fall forward. Try not to lean too far forward. Knee comes up, down, parry, back fist. One more time. Up, down, parry, back fist. Right hand comes underneath your left arm, scan. And then from here, step over, step through, punch and ki, aya. Okay? So that's the side angle. So again, when you're doing that, okay, when you're here and you're coming up, remember, I'm coming up, down, pop. I come up. Look where my knee is. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not circling my knee like I'm getting ready to throw a crescent kick, okay? Think more like you're getting ready to throw a front kick, all right? So that's what you want to do. You want to drive your knee up, okay? Now, I'm actually going to do it for you with intensity. Again, pace. This is how we do it at this little dojo. You guys, may do it a slightly different way. Let's see how long my old knees hold up. All right. So here we go. This is Heian Sandan at pace. Heian Sandan. Aye. Aye. Okay guys, let me show you from a rear angle the kata at pace. And Sandan. Aye. Aye. Okay guys, there you go. Heian Sandan. All right. Hopefully you found it interesting. Hopefully you found it informative. Leave a comment, like, all that stuff YouTube requires you to do, right? And then we go from there. But hopefully you found it interesting. Okay. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, train safe, train smart, train hard. Have a great day.